Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of What the Life. This is your boy Nigel, and I have together with me Yi Zhe.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Cook it up, cook it up.
Okay, second episode. Before we start, first episode we talked about my relationships, correct?
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
that's what we talked about. We talked about how I've had a couple of relationships. Oh, we talked about how I was the catalyst, right? I mean, that's what we
Yeah, yeah,
discussed.
yeah. That's the
Anybody need
word.
a catalyst out there? You guys know where to go. Just drop me a DM on Yizhe's account or whatever.
Yeah.
I think this episode people don't want to know about me because there's two hosts. It's not one host. It's two. People
Fair.
want to know about you.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
you're not just Yizhe now. You went to the UK. You are
Hey,
Jordan.
whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down, calm down.
Okay,
Okay.
so I think we want to know about your relationships. Wait. How many relationships have you been in?
Okay, I think if we gotta start from the very beginning, right?
Okay.
Like since the beginning of time. I
Ooh.
I think the actual one started when I was in secondary school. So
Ooh.
like So, I okay. So before going into secondary school, right? I actually DSA into my secondary school. So it's like direct school admission to volleyball. So we had this like DSA camp. So from afar I saw this girl. I was like, yo, this girl is hot. Like I got to make her like my girlfriend now. Like
Wow. How
I
old were you?
like straight up. Like she just caught my attention, and then I just like, yo, that's my goal. I gotta
That's,
make her
that's
my
this girl, the
my
one
girl.
and only one. There.
Yeah. So eventually, I think like she was hard to chase, etc. But eventually dated her, and
Okay.
then got together, and then that's the first relationship that fucked it all up. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
So like we lasted through secondary school, but it was shaky and all, but we made it through. But I got dumped. I got cheated on before entering polytechnic. Like I think
Cheated on.
I got cheated on because I went to UK to visit my cousin, and then
She went
we
to
worked.
UK to find your
No,
cousin.
she was working in Singapore, and then I just felt like her texting were not really there. Like
Okay.
she doesn't really reply that quickly, so I sort of like had a
Inkling,
vi-
like a
yeah,
feeling.
like a gut. And back then it was hard for me to find Wi-Fi. I didn't have data on my phone, so I was just literally going to like shops and shops to try to connect to the free Wi-Fi. So it was hard to really connect with her. But then when I first touched down in Singapore, like I remember very clearly, it was about 7:30, and then I just like literally when I left the plane, I received a text. She wants to break up. I'm like, you know what, fuck this shit. I was so done. I was like, when I came back to Singapore, it was so warm. Everything I was just so tired, and then like
Right.
I needed to deal with this shit. I was just done, and then eventually I just said yes lah, and then I didn't really give two shits because I
So
was
do you
just
guys still talk after that?
okay. So the funny thing is I completely dropped it, and then I just live my life, and then like I think 2 months or 3 months into polytechnic, she just dropped me a text, and then we started to talk for a bit. Then I just asked her what went down, like why did you
Mm,
break
mm,
up
mm, mm.
with me? Like, it was only then that I found out that there was this other dude in a relationship, as in like there was this other dude that she was with, and then she thought that that guy was better lah, and then she just
Wow.
yeah
And
she
is she still with that guy?
no, she's not. So when she texted me in like 2 3 months into polytechnic, she was already not with that guy.
Oh, because he
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah. So like she realized like I I needed to be part of her life, etc. But like, I just told her like no lah, you know.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge.
I just told her like, you know what, it's fine. But
Okay,
yeah, okay,
out
so
of
that's the first one. Yeah. So
that's the
what?
first. Out of curiosity. Okay. Okay. This is a bit of a rough. Okay. Do you remember how after, let's say,
Oh yeah,
after I
I
would
don't
say
know
like
where it's going. Okay, but go on.
after grad. Okay. Before we graduated, like you and I, we were also a bit on a rough patch. Can we say that?
Rough patch meaning?
Not like rough patch. Like we're just kind of like disconnected a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
We
Yeah,
definitely
we had
disconnected.
we had like I think there was this period whereby I think it was between year two and year three. We were
Okay.
just not really connected. I'm not too sure why. but like we were just not really tight in a
Yeah,
sense.
I think that. Okay, so that time. Okay, I think it's a good time to talk about it. I think that time our group was kind of split up, right? We were part of this huge group. Okay, if none of you knew, like Yizhe and myself, together with quite a few other people.
10.
10 other, yeah. So we have this huge squad, right? Squad, clique, group of friends, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we have this huge group, and then the group was kind of like split, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, okay, I was split into the other half, right? Fair to say that.
Yep,
And then you were in the other half.
Mm-hmm.
So then that kind of happened. But okay, what I'm trying to go at is, did you date? Ooh, did you date one of the girls in that half? That's my question.
What? Okay. If you were to ask me now, right now, during year 2 and year 3, no.
Oh.
No,
okay.
I didn't. Like yeah, I didn't date. Yeah. But I would say that throughout my poly years, I did date like a couple of times. And okay, low key, right? Like thinking back, I was honestly, like straight up, there were so many like mistakes that I made that I was like, I'm not gonna say and deny, but I'm just really like embarrassed about. Like,
shit. Okay.
Yeah. I just feel like I don't need to make those mistakes. And like going back now, I would have done the same thing. Like it was just very very immature. Yeah. So
Right.
so like I've been through several dating, whatever you want to call it, during poly years, and like I think out of every relationship that I've been to, I fucked it all up. like
You think it
real
was all you? It was
yeah,
all
like
you.
up on some real shit. I think I'm the one. I was the cause of everything lah. So
Right.
yeah. So I think at the point in time, it was just like my priority was just okay. So then it brings me to my next point, because entering every relationship that I was at that point in time, it was I had this uncertainty.
Okay.
Right. I had this uncertainty saying that, you know what, I don't really know if I want it, but you know what, let me just try. Because my mindset was there's no harm trying.
And
like
do you think that trying is the problem?
I think that thinking about whether to go in or not is the problem.
Right, because this brings me back to what we talked about in the previous episode, which is I guess so.
Yeah. Because you are uncertain. The fact that because relationship, I feel that it is something that it should be in black and white. It should be either yes or no. It shouldn't be like a like a half-hearted kind of thing. It shouldn't be. It should be a very clear-cut answer whether you want it or not. So if you are ever uncertain in a relationship, or even before going in, or even deciding whether to go in or not, I feel that that's a straight up like red flag, like straight up, because you don't want it bad enough. And if things go south, you are not going to go above and beyond to try to solve and make this whole situation better. That was what happened back then, because I was very half-hearted, I was uncertain, so I went in, shit gets fucked up, shit went south. I was like, you know what, I'm not feeling it, let me just call it a stop.
Well, you called it stops.
Yeah,
which relationship are we talking about here?
Okay, like all of them.
Oh, wow, bro.
Okay, like I have like during poly.
Okay, during is the keyword.
During.
Okay.
I had been in two dating phase.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, but it was really short. Like I think it was like maximum 2 months ish.
Is there a 3 months? Because we were somewhere for 3 months.
Okay, I don't remember the exact timeline, and I don't remember exactly when, but that the range is about like 3 ish. Yeah, and like because I was uncertain and I went in knowing that if things go south, I'm just gonna fuck it. So I think eventually I wasn't feeling it, and then I called it a stop. Okay, but I was very glad. Okay, here comes the twist.
Okay.
I was very glad that I could still be very good friends with the both of them. Here comes the twist.
What
Okay.
the hell is happening? I don't even know.
Get them teasers out, you know what I'm saying? Okay, but yeah, I was very glad that I could still be friends with the both of them. You know, this is really like I think it's really a blessing because usually when you go into the relationship or like whatever you call dating is, you will lose that friend.
Oh, we're talking about during, right? What the hell is happening?
Hey, I ain't gonna say shit, bro.
Oh,
But yeah,
oh
during
my
yeah,
God.
yeah,
This is
during like
okay, that's very interesting. So,
yeah.
okay, so you're still able to be friends with people that you were so-called in relationships with.
Me, yeah, yeah.
Wow,
Like
that's
yeah, I think I
I think
honestly
that's a topic for another day.
true,
We'll
true.
touch on it.
And like
Can you stay friends with your exes? I think
oh,
that's a
oh
very
yeah,
good topic.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But okay, interesting. What happened after? Let's talk about that.
Okay, so I think okay, so moving on, I think moving out of polytechnic, obviously we have national service coming in.
Sure.
I wasn't really dating. I was just very focused on like what I want to do, I guess. Like I low key there wasn't much time to be honest.
Yeah.
And then we all know just just before I went overseas, I fucked it up again. You know? Here we
Wow.
go. You know, like
Here we go.
it's just back to back fuck ups, you know. Like now
Yeah.
thinking back, I was like, fuck man, like seriously, everything is just okay. But I think the very good thing is that because I always believe in like you don't learn much from success. You know, you obviously know the right things to do, etc. Blah blah blah. But you learn so much more when you fail, when you fuck up, when things go south, right? You learn so much more. You know, so I just feel that I just okay, but this is gonna sound very ironic because I'm the one that fucked it all up.
Okay.
so
Okay.
so but yeah, I think in everything there's something to learn. So I my greatest not greatest regret, but like I regretted the thing that I did before going to UK lah.
Mm.
Like I shouldn't have done it. I know I shouldn't have started it. Like now, it's just a very sad situation now. You know, like
Okay. So okay, let me point out some things. You said that in failures we can learn the most, right?
yeah.
We can learn the most from failures. In the case of a failed relationship, then is this at the expense of the relationship? What do you think? Okay,
Expense.
yeah, like you're getting into a failed relationship, so you're learning something from that failed relationship.
As in, I don't plan to go into a failed relationship lah.
Right, right. So
Yeah,
you don't. Okay, so like obviously going into it, the intention is not to fail.
yeah, for sure, for
For
sure.
sure. So
Yeah.
okay, what do you think about dating with the intentions? Okay, let's say marry. Do you have that mindset? Are you want to have that mindset of if I'm getting into a relationship with someone or if I'm dating somebody, my intention is to so-called be in the long haul with them.
Okay,
Yeah.
back then, no. Back then, I was just like, you know what, just try. Okay, but you obviously, when you go into a dating phase, when you're really going into dating phase, right?
Right.
You have to be able to see a future with this person.
Sure, I think that's so important.
Yeah. You have to be able to. If you don't even see a future with it, like you close your eyes, you imagine the both of you hold your hands right into the sunset. If you can imagine that, right, and then you kiss her on the forehead, and then she kisses you on your chin, whatever. If you can imagine that, right, then okay, it's something to work. It's something worth going to. But if you cannot imagine the fact that you guys are gonna hold hands, you guys are gonna go right into the sunset, happy ever after, then for sure, I think it's a clear sign that it's a no. You probably see this person as like as a sister, as a yeah, in the bro zone. There's
what is your view on dating around? Since I would say I would think that you have more experience than me in dating. I'm quite sure.
Okay, back then, right? I honestly, okay, this is gonna sound very fucked up, but as in, I'm really sorry. Like, I really feel sorry, and like, I honestly, I legit low key feel embarrassed. But back then, I was legit just trying. Like, my mindset was,
You just date and see how it is.
yeah. Like, there's no harm not trying. If both parties have mutual feelings, why not? You know, just as in, you never know if things go well along the way, but you don't want to leave that feeling of not even trying. So like, if you're not even trying, then like